I believe that the Elders Quorum is the most underutilized men's
Amen.
organization in the
Amen.
world. We are Saints in the South, your source for gospel growth and good times. All right, everybody, welcome to another bonus episode of Saints in the South. We are going to take a quick look at the handbook. That's right. Here we go. You ready? I'm gonna make a statement. I'm gonna make a statement right here, okay? Before we open up the handbook, okay? And I want some reaction. So Kenny and Marcus, they have not heard this statement from me before this.
Okay. Yeah, this is totally unplanned. This is unscripted.
That's right. Absolutely.
We're
Saints unscripted. I mean, not Saints unscripted, but we're Saints unscripted. So just to clarify.
That's right. So, and I will go ahead and preface this by saying I have said this to my own Elders Quorum president. Okay. Current Elders Quorum president. I believe that the Elders Quorum is the most underutilized men's organization in the world.
Amen.
So yes. Amen, huh?
Amen, all the way.
I agree. Yeah. Elders Quorum, if it were utilized, if every member of the Elders Quorum of every unit in the church were to act in a way that to realize their full potential, the world would be changed.
Those keys are getting rusty.
Yeah.
So that's something I saw as when I was the Elders Quorum president that was really interesting to me. You try, it's so hard organizing all these service projects and all this stuff. And my very first, and I know y'all probably heard this story before too, but my very first service project that I organized as a newly called Elders Quorum president, the three people that showed up were the three previous Elders Quorum presidents.
That's hilarious.
Yes, so they knew.
They
get it. They understood. So they understood the assignment.
Were you an Elders Quorum president when it was still High Priest Elders Quorum, or were they already combined?
I was Elders Quorum president before that, and then when the priesthood was restructured, I was recalled as an Elders Quorum president again. So
I remember.
I was through both of them. Yeah,
I remember that. Yeah.
So there, over the last several years, there's been a really big push with these different man camps, men organizations. Kenny, you had mentioned a Jordan Peterson. What was the program that he
Exodus 90?
The Exodus 90. All about building righteous men and bringing. I personally like the phrase righteous masculinity, right? Because there's bad versions of masculinity and good versions of masculinity and everything. But I believe that if we use the Elders Quorum as intended, I mean, again, you think about all this stuff, and God has set all this stuff up, right? And it's there to be used and utilized, but we always fall short on that. So real quick, out of the handbook, Elders Quorum 8.1.1, the purpose. Okay. Worthy men 18 and older may receive the Melchizedek priesthood to be ordained to the office of elder. A man ordained to the office enters into a sacred covenant to assist God in accomplishing his work. Each elder is part of an organized group of priesthood holders called an Elders Quorum. Members of that quorum work together to accomplish the work of salvation and exaltation. They serve others, fulfill priesthood duties, build unity, and learn and live doctrine. Now, one of the things that I wanted to point on as I scroll down here. So most of the time, there's two things that we think of when we think of Elders Quorum. Well, there's two things that just kind of comes to mind. One, Sunday meetings. Two, service projects.
Yeah.
That's really all that kind of naturally comes to my mind, right? Elders Quorum leaders plan Sunday meetings. We know that. Then we've got activities, ministering, service, and other interactions to help brethren participate in the work of salvation and exaltation. That word activities is underutilized. Now, for the last 3, 4, our quorum is doing something every quarter, and we've done that for, I think, 4 quarters in a row now. And some people may have been affected with the whole COVID thing. We really weren't doing stuff before that. But I think having having activities outside of church I think is crucial in building that unity that is needed, that brotherhood that is needed, especially when you think about brothers who don't have who are there by themselves.
Yeah.
I can think of a few right now who do their best to be active themselves, right? But they don't have the support of a wife because they're not married, or they have a wife that chooses not to come.
Yeah.
And anyway, I just think
that's really
absolutely.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I know that was when I was Elders Quorum president, that Rob Wallace was my first counselor. And
right.
Shout out to Rob, dude. He's a great guy. And that's one of the things that he was so passionate about. I'm telling you, like, he was like, dude, we should be getting together. We should be doing something on a regular basis. We should be, because we see each other at church on Sunday, but it's not the same as having that camaraderie of having activities together outside of church, doing things, having a cookout. And, we've done some stuff like that. And it was really good and enjoyable. And it does a lot to build
relationship.
Bond. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
build that fraternity, which is like I mentioned, the Exodus 90 program.
Right.
That's the three pillars of that program built on are prayer, asceticism, and fraternity.
Right.
And that's what it's all about. It's like, number one is prayer. You should, always be in prayer. That's make that a central part of your life. And the asceticism is, denying yourself, to honor God, kind of doing away with the things you're indulgences. And it can be doing away with video games and watching sports and cold showers, which is another thing. I've actually, for the past week, been taking ice cold. I've thought about it. I've learned, but I have, for the past almost week now, with the exception of Sunday, I gave myself permission on Sunday to take a hot shower before church, but I've taken ice cold showers, and it is
really
one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. But it is really,
but you enjoy Sundays more now.
It's what?
You enjoy Sundays more now, though.
Yeah, exactly. But the asceticism is the kind of like, denying yourself for Christ, denying
right.
your pleasure and denying your comfort, for Christ. And then the third one is fraternity. And so that's important. It's important for men to be able to get together, because it's too seldom that men gather together in a righteous way like that and support each other. And we definitely need to do that more.
It's needed. And I think our current presidency, they're I know working really hard to try and work on that, and having the men kind of open up to each other and everything and stuff. So for all you Elders Quorum presidents out there, look for an opportunity to really try and build that unity in activities. I think building that relationship is where it's at for sure. So
yeah.
Well, very good. There you go. There's our quick look at the handbook. Until next time, y'all keep on striving.